Hello, this is Telmir, and welcome to another repair video. We're not really repairing something. What we're looking at is, this is really weird, because this is actually a PlayStation 2 controller, at least I think it is, but it is also a PlayStation 1 controller? No, I can't remember. Do these actually work, like, interchangeably? That's the other weird thing, is it's PlayStation 1 looking connector. Anyways, it's dirty. It's filthy. We're gonna clean it. Now, in order to clean a PlayStation 1 controller, or any controller like this, the only thing you can really do about this is to take it apart. You gotta completely take it apart, take all the screws out, and then you just gotta toss it in maybe a deep tub or something like that, and give them a good scrub. Now, these controllers do come apart relatively easily. There's a couple of things that you do need to pay attention to, though. There you go. You can see all the hand cheese. Ugh. You got only one screw. This looks identical to a PlayStation 1 controller, so I'm going to take a guess and say that this is probably a PlayStation 1 controller. Only one screw is used to hold in the entire board, and as far as I know, it's the exact same screw as all the other ones. Once you got this out, just going to take a look at the cable underneath. It needs to be in a very particular order in order for it to go back into the position it already is in. So just shake out some of these parts. See how it is right now? It goes in here, that goes out, comes in here, circles around this piece of plastic, goes around then this piece of plastic, then up and in. Now that's important because if it's not back in that order, very likely this board isn't going to sit flat, and you need it to sit flat. Now this right here, it's relatively easy to come out. It's just pressure fitted in. So you want to be very careful and delicate with it. You can pull it out right now if you want. I find it's easier to get the entire assembly out first, so that plastic thing underneath, that needs to come out. Then you can take it all out as one good chunk. There we go. That cable is out now. That's all out. And just take the cable out there. There we go. That comes out separate. And that's that. Now the only things really that need cleaning here are these little things, these little sticks. Now for these, I'm just going to give them a really good wipe down with some wet paper towel, some soapy wet paper towel. And that should do it. I'm not going to remove them. I have removed them before. They just take a long time to dry. Really, they only need a bit of a wipe down. The other thing that you need to do is give the cable a really good solid scrub. I've already done that. This doesn't need to be cleaned. It's always in the inside. This might need to be cleaned as well, but I've already tested this controller. If you want a game that's really good at testing PlayStation 1 controllers, Spyra. Spyra is a really good game. It uses pretty much every single controller button or thing aside the right thumbstick. It's the only thing that it doesn't use, as far as I can tell. Sometimes these little guys need to be cleaned as well. You can see there's a little bit of dirt in it. I'm going to give it a good scrub. And this one as well. It usually needs a bit of cleaning. Yeah. Now there is something I see quite often is, and I'm pretty sure this is, I've seen this now, this is the second time I've seen this, where this little guy here, oh, look at this, it's broken. I don't have a replacement for that. I mean, it'll still work. It'll still work. That snapped right in half. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Whoa! 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't lose any. Look at all that hand cheese. Ugh. So I would love to replace this. I cannot replace it. What I could do if I want to solidify it, no, I'm not going to. I could put some wire mesh into it, but it should be fine. The buttons themselves are not busted. I think it's okay. These little guys here, as far as I know, they just push out. You have to push down this little tab here. This little plastic tab right here. And when you push on it, it should just pop right out. Just like that. I just realized I may be dropping screws. There's one screw here. They don't really come out. They just kind of stick in there. The only way to get them out is to push them down using tweezers or something like that. Now, this is nothing special. It's just dish soap, some warm, soapy water, all it is. And here we have it. They're all nice and clean. Just need to dry. Now there's something I want to point out here immediately. There's this little part here, and first time I took apart one of these controllers, I was very lost about what it was for. Partly because where this snaps off, it looks like it's supposed to be that way, but it's not. That is for the D-pad, and it goes over top of it like this. As you saw earlier, that's where it goes. It's for this section here, like this. And it sucks that that button is broken. That's disheartening. Like this. Goes into those little notches on the sides. This still will work fine. Basically a bit of overkill, but it still works perfectly fine as it is. I can clearly see the reason why it's broken. Like it's missing a leg, and that's just because somebody was very rough with this controller. But it still works fine as it is. Then you just put the rubber thing over top of that, like that. You're good to go. But these need to dry. Now I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a warning. Do not try drying this with a hair dryer or a heat gun. You will melt parts. The best solution in dealing with this is set them somewhere where you can let them dry. I recommend setting these little guys on their sides because they got water on the insides usually. It'll slowly drain out and dry. Same thing with that. Tons of little water on the inside. Can't do much about that. Just let it sit. I call it as simple, and as simple as that, it's done. But there was some annoyances. There was still some water that was left over in some of the little pockets, and that was after quite a while of drying. So I used one of my little puffball thingies here for dusting stuff, put it in those little grooves, and just really just hammered it home as quickly as possible to get them dry. Worked great. So it's clean. The only thing I'm really unhappy about is the fact that the D-pad, I think it's called the D-pad, is cracked. You can't really tell though, and it does seem to work, and I did fully test it. I will do one final test later on, but it is looking really good. So if you guys like the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.